most men live lives of quiet desperation. It's one of my favorite quotes ever because it's true.
Are you going to let yourself become one of these sad losers? Maybe you already are? I know that might sound harsh, but guess what, princess? The majority of these sad, pathetic men made decisions in their lives that got them to where they are today. They allowed it to happen to themselves because they didn't follow the right plan. And most will continue to suffer through a shit life because now they're stuck and they don't have a plan to pull themselves out of their situation. Being nice to them isn't going to help them in any way. Sometimes you just need to hear the brutal truth. I mean, do you have a plan to avoid this? Stop and think for a minute. Where are you going in life if you keep doing what you're doing now? Do you even know? Most men don't, and that's the problem. They have no plan except for what they were told in school, which is to get good grades, go to college, get a job, find a woman to marry, buy a house, have kids, and live life like that until retirement. Is that the best plan for modern men today? The answer: hell no. Divorce rates are over 50% now, and divorced men get screwed over by the courts. Job insecurity is at an all-time low, even with university degrees. Taxes and the cost of living are so high that a regular job barely pays the bills. Suicide rates amongst men are 3 times higher than women and are the highest overall. Men are hated, belittled, deemed unnecessary, and called toxic by half the population. It's all bullshit. So, if you're on the same old dumbass plan that most guys follow, you need to listen up, because that plan is going to bend you over and screw you out of a much better life. There's a better plan, an easy plan, one that leads to financial freedom and a superior life, and the sooner you get on it, the better. So if I were starting over again, these are the steps I would take to ensure a better life. Fuck college and university. Do you know how many Wall Street dickheads and office dorks hate their stressful lives? Do you know how many people go to university and then end up in regular jobs that don't require a university education? Yeah, lots, and probably most. The better plan for a man is to get a job in a trade or service that pays decently and learn as much as you can about that profession. But listen up, because this is the important part. Your job and your work are temporary, a stepping stone. It's not something you want to do for the rest of your life, trust me. Otherwise, you may end up living a life of quiet desperation. A job is a stepping stone to financial freedom and is only the start. As early as possible, you want to quit your job and focus on step 3. Here's a tip. If you can live free or cheap at home or with a group of buddies, do it for now and for as long as you can. This will allow you the extra money for step 3, which will accelerate your progress. The difference might be financial freedom in 10 years versus 30 years. While you're working, read books on finance, money, investing, assets, business, how the rich make money, and learn from others about how to make your money grow. Watch videos on this stuff too. Take courses. If you can, look for someone local who's already successfully investing or buying assets and offer to work for them part-time for free. And then work your ass off for them and learn as much as you can about the business and how they make money. Do not consider this a part-time job. It's a free education paid for by your time. And it will do a hell of a lot more for you than scrolling TikTok and playing video games all night like most doughheads do. When you have gained enough knowledge, start investing in stocks, businesses, and assets that will make your money grow, and do it as soon as you can. While the educated university boneheads are paying off their school loans, you can be putting the same amount of money into buying assets that will grow over time. Here's how. Live frugally, or as some say, live beneath your means. For now, anyway. Determine your required expenses and your net income, and set that money aside each month for all your expenses and bills. This includes your food. Take the remainder. 10% goes to your fund budget. 5% goes to your emergency fund, and the other 85% goes to investing. If you can, keep leveling up your job, your income, your body, and your mind. Never stop learning about buying assets, starting businesses, investing, and getting ahead. Learn how to use other people's money and debt to get more assets faster. I recommend reading the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad as a good introduction. When you get to this point in your life, you should have a good understanding of what it takes to build wealth and to live a good life, and you should have some experience. This means you're well on your way to living well, and you're already a hell of a lot better than most boneheads. It may only take a couple of years to get to this point, but it's well worth it. In a few years, you will see if your current plan and aspirations change. You should be able to determine if you're progressing well, and then you can adjust your plan accordingly. You may find over time that you prefer real estate, or that you prefer opening businesses, angel investing, stock market investing, or something else. It really doesn't matter what you do. The key is to find something you enjoy doing, because when you enjoy it, the work is like play to you, and that means you're 100 times more likely to succeed. When you find what you like to do, you can concentrate your efforts and learn more and become an expert. The more of an expert you become, the more you will build relationships, which often open up doors and provide a lot more money-making opportunities. At some point, preferably in your 30s, after you have built up your value as a man, you should find a good woman and start a family. The more valuable you are as a man, the higher the quality of women you will get. When you do get serious with a woman, before you have kids, before you get married, or before you let her move in with you, hire a lawyer and have her sign a prenuptial agreement. Guys, this is a must. Don't fall for the
"If you really loved me, you wouldn't ask me to sign this."
bullshit. Remember, over 70% of divorces are initiated by women, and it's men that get screwed over the most. Divorce laws are set up to basically pay a woman to divorce you. There's very little incentive for a woman to stay in a marriage. That's why so many men become some woman's handbag and the family doormat. Too many women leave good men and take everything, including the kids. Do not let it happen to you. Guys, you must remain the man of the house without fear. I will have videos on the red flags you need to watch for, as well as advice on how to not get beaten down over time by your wife, so don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get married. You should strive to have a family, be a good dad, and raise your kids properly. You just have to ensure that you do it the right way. Hopefully by now, you're financially secure, and if so, put your kids in private school or homeschool them so they don't turn out to be another brainwashed, liberal doofus. To help you achieve your goals, there are two things that greatly helped me and millions of others, and those two things are a mindset shift and the daily success routine, which you can see in my next two videos.